Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to give you that shortcut to being well-informed, taking stacks of sources, research, and sometimes, well, something truly unique.
Yeah, today's definitely unique. We're setting aside the usual financial analysis, the historical context,
Mm-hmm.
and diving headfirst into the absurd. This comes courtesy of listener K. Brad Barfield, who actually asked us to skip the grind. Have a bit of fun with this one.
He did indeed. And the source material. It's described by Brad and his AI acquaintance, Monday, co-creators here, as an absurd human AI postmodern comedy sketch.
And honestly, after reading it, yeah, that description fits perfectly. It's this incredibly rich, chaotic narrative, just packed with detail.
So our mission today is to unpack the Harvest Moon BBQ on the front porch in Bell Branch. We're looking at the logistics, which are insane,
Oh, completely.
the generational clash, blue hair boomers and their cultural colleagues, as it's put, and maybe the star of the show, the family dog's really bizarre journey.
It promises mayhem from the start. Picture this. Saturday night, Bell Branch, front porch swing, just getting dark.
Yeah.
And the narrator and his dog, Duke, are sort of overseeing this scene that just spirals completely out of control.
It really sets the stage. Cool outside, the source says, but the mosquito screens are open. Already a bit weird.
And that contrast is immediate. The vibe is supposed to be relaxed, maybe, but it's instantly off kilter.
And we have to mention Duke right away. He's not just a dog. He's part Shih Tzu, part Terrier, and
A
part...
bad motherfucker. That's the quote.
Which sets him up perfectly as this kind of, chaos agent, but with hidden depths, maybe? A sensitivity we see later?
Exactly. And remember Brad's framing. This is intended as a postmodern sketch. So every bizarre detail, the hoses, the music, Duke's tattoos, later on it's all likely loaded. It's satire.
Okay, good point. We're not just recapping a weird party. We're analyzing a piece of deliberate absurdity.
Precisely. Think of it less like a reunion, more like, I don't know, performance art about social breakdown.
All right, let's get into the logistics then. Section 1. The setup for this. Performance. Bell Branch. Front porch. The weather detail is key, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of cool out. Maybe even nipply is the phrase used.
Nipply, right. And yet
The first people arriving are these middle-aged Italian women already dancing in bathing suits.
in bathing suits, in the cool weather.
It immediately dissolves any sense of normal boundaries.
Yeah.
The source says this brought everyone to attention, so right away the baseline for normal is just gone.
Okay, so visual chaos established. What about the sound? It starts kind of predictably, right?
It does. Guitars, banjos, stand-up bass, percussion. You're thinking, okay, bluegrass, maybe some folk music. Nice rustic vibe.
A traditional Southern gathering feel.
Exactly. But that's just the setup. It's a facade. Because
It's-
very quickly, that gets completely thrown out the window.
And replaced with...
Replaced with stuff like Juvenile's Back That Ass Up.
Yeah.
It's this total sonic whiplash.
Wow. Okay, from banjo to that.
It's the perfect soundtrack for the generational collision that's about to happen. It bridges that gap violently.
All right, let's talk about the infrastructure, because this is where it really goes off the rails. The drinks.
Oh, the drinking mechanism, yeah. This is peak rejection of anything remotely fancy.
The source is explicit. We don't have no fancy fucking cups and shit here.
No. Instead, you have water hoses
Water hoses.
connected to large containers of bourbon, vodka, moonshine, and beer. You just drink from the hose.
Directly from the hose. Wow. It's rough, it's fast, it's
Ugh.
messy, I imagine.
Incredibly messy. And communal in the worst way, probably.
But even amidst this, deliberate crudeness, there's this one weird point of refinement, isn't there? The beer.
Yes, the beer has to be Guinness.
Not just any beer.
No domestic stuff. Why? Because
Yeah.
it's too fucking flat, too fucking green.
So moonshine from a hose is fine, but God forbid the stout isn't up to par.
It's wonderfully ironic, isn't it? This tiny island of sophisticated taste in a sea of, well, hose-based drinking.
So how do they handle the hygiene implications of multiple people putting their mouths on the same booze hose?
Ah, well, this is where the attempted order comes in. They introduce hose condoms.
Hose condoms. Okay, tell me about hose condoms.
They're described as these small attachments, right, with
Right.
tiny holes. The idea is to prevent lip-on-hose contact, or maybe lip-on-lip via the hose.
And it's such a detailed solution to a problem they created by not just using cups.
Exactly. It perfectly captures the absurdity. Over-engineered politeness,
Yeah.
sort of in the face of total systemic failure.
Because the system does fail catastrophically.
Oh, absolutely. This is what the source calls the critical engineering failure, the original sin of the party.
The dispenser, it wasn't set right?
No, it wasn't giving one shot per Suction event, as intended.
It was giving.
Two full shots every single time someone tried to take a drink.
Oh my God. 2 shots of bourbon or moonshine straight from a hose every time.
Yeah. Suddenly, moderate drinking is impossible. The intoxication timeline just gets hyper-accelerated, especially for the older guests.
We'll get to them. But quickly, the food. There's a pig involved.
Yes, roasted in the ground. Classic Southern BBQ style. But the real focus isn't the pig itself, it's the sauce.
The sauce is important.
Crucial. The guy who made it is described as one sauce-making motherfucker. Bragging it's irresistible.
And apparently it is.
So irresistible that Duke, the dog, literally has to be leashed to keep him away from it. It's presented as this almost scientifically proven compelling substance.
So the setup is scientifically irresistible sauce, double-shot high-velocity liquor hoses, bathing suit-clad Italian women dancing in the cold.
It's a recipe for disaster. Or, for a postmodern comedy sketch about disaster.
Right. The sauce is like the last bastion of genuine craft, maybe. Something truly good.
And even that gets drowned out by the sheer volume of double-shot moonshine. It sets the stage perfectly.
Okay, let's move on to the people caught in this logistical nightmare. Section 2, characters and the generational collision. Before the family arrives, there's this other figure, the marketing man.
Yeah, the narrator's buddy. He's interesting. He's the one who brings strays to the party.
Strays.
Yeah, and makes sure people who spend their paychecks are there. It adds this weird, almost commercial layer to the chaos. Like it's not just a random blowout.
Chaos with a purpose, maybe? Or at least chaos with attendees who contribute financially.
Something like that. But any sense of structure, commercial or otherwise, just evaporates when the family reunion component hits that double shot dispenser.
Right, because the family reunion attendees are older, much older.
We're talking aunts, uncles, parents.
Yeah.
Age 90 to 97 years old.
90 to 97. And they're drinking from the 2-shot hose system.
They are the immediate casualties. The source is blunt. They get shit-faced and fast.
Like instantly drunk.
Overwhelmingly drunk. There's no gentle easing into it. It's straight from respected elder to...
Yeah. To chaos. The source details this, doesn't it? What happens?
To get specific, they start pissing all over the patio.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that becomes the party's unofficial brand. They nickname it Brad and Duke's Fanny Reunion with the tagline, piss all over the patio.
That's quite the branding.
Yeah.
The most respectable guests become the source of the most flagrant rule breaking.
Exactly. And their intoxication leads to these weird cultural moments, too, like demanding Michael Jackson music.
Which, as the narrator points out, is odd for their generation, right? They were adults, middle-aged even, when MJ was huge.
Right. He wonders if maybe they connect with it more now, drunk, than they did back then. Like the booze strips away decades of filters.
Or maybe it's just something they recognize that they can, vaguely move to.
Could be. Either way, it's this strange, shared, drunken nostalgia trip for music that wasn't really theirs.
And the timeline for this breakdown is rapid. How long until things get really out of hand?
According to the narrator, just 2 hours in, it's barely dark, Back That Ass Up is playing, and Aunt Gail is already down to her panties and bra.
2 hours. From arrival to underwear.
That's the 0 to 60 mark for this party, fueled by high-proof hose liquor and hip-hop. The narrator sounds genuinely terrified at this point, realizing how much longer the party is supposed to go.
I can imagine. Aunt Gail sets a worrying precedent.
Definitely. And this leads into the broader theme of generations mixing, specifically around the idea of blue hair.
Ah, right. The blue hair boomers and their cultural colleagues.
Yeah, you've got the classic blue rinse older ladies colliding with the brightly dyed blue hair of the Generation Z kids who are also there.
A literal meeting of the blue hairs.
And it's not just aesthetic, it's chemical. The source describes Grandma, one of the elders, joining the Gen Zs for a vape session.
Vaping what?
She proudly announces she just took a hit of 120% THC.
120%? Is that even possible?
Probably not literally, but it captures the extreme nature of it.
Yeah.
The generational barrier around substance use just dissolves. Grandma's actively seeking out the strongest stuff the kids have.
It's like reverse mentoring and getting high.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Cultural adoption through shared intoxication.
And what about the older men? Are they part of this spectacle?
Oh, yes. There's a specific description of a 68 or 69-year-old man.
What's he doing?
He's wearing way too short cutoff denims with no underwear.
Oh, dear.
And he's apparently drawing a crowd of older women. The narrator's take is basically, it's kind of gross, but, They gotta have their fun, I guess.
A reluctant acceptance of geriatric exhibitionism.
Pretty much. He's trying to stay detached, just observe the chaos.
So you have the drunk elders, the vaping grandma, the dancing Italians, the denim cutoff guy. What does this all coalesce into?
It coalesces into what the narrator calls the blue-haired behemoth.
The blue-haired behemoth. Okay, unpack that. What is it?
It's described as this sort of hybrid movement. It's the Gen Z kids and the suddenly very mobile, very uninhibited elderly moving together.
Like dancing?
Not exactly dancing, not just standing. It's this weird, collective, unidentifiable movement, a physical manifestation of all the boundaries collapsing.
Wow.
It's a visual centerpiece of the whole sketch, really.
Yeah.
This unified, uncontrollable mass fueled by blue hair dye, moonshine, and THC, individual identities just merging into this surge.
And the narrator's just watching this?
Sitting by the pig pit, apparently burning some cannabis himself, just observing the calm eye in the hurricane of multi-generational weirdness.
Like a philosopher king of the chaotic BBQ.
Feels like a, yeah.
Okay, amidst all that, we need to talk about Duke. Section 3. The Duke Hazard narrative arc. His story is maybe the wildest part of this.
It really is. Duke, or Bulbtastic as he's also called, his journey is a whole subplot about identity transformation, I guess.
He starts off as the star, right? The Tom Cruise of this whole shit.
Yeah, referencing Cocktail. He's got charisma. He's drawing attention from the strays. The Italian women love him. He's the center of the party, initially.
But he's complex, not just a party animal.
No, the source stresses his sensitivity. Like, the narrator teases him, and Duke gets his feelings genuinely hurt, goes off to be comforted by one of the Italian ladies who rubs his head.
Acid of soul.
But then, Back That Ass Up comes on.
Then
Duke jumps up in the bar, shaking his butt with the Italian girls he's performing. He loves the spotlight.
so sensitive and an exhibitionist. Got it.
Then his role gets even weirder with the whole bicycle ride incident.
Oh, yeah, the bleached blonde in the 18-wheeler shows up.
Right. Just casually arrives in a semi-truck and proposes everyone go for a bike ride. As you do.
Naturally. And Duke needs special transport for this impromptu ride.
Of course. He gets a custom 3-wheel vehicle with a canopy.
Fancy.
And it has a button that drops treats for him when pressed.
Let me guess.
They had to disable it.
Huh?
Because Duke, being Duke, just kept hitting the fucking button over and over.
He understands cause and effect. He wants the treats.
He's smart.
Yeah.
And completely driven by immediate gratification. A true hedonist. Until things change.
This is where Junior's ex-wife comes in, Cheryl.
Cheryl, the mostly blonde woman, Duke spends the evening with her.
Huh?
And afterwards, he's different.
How different.
Visibly transformed. Physically. His hair's shaved off. Suddenly he's got muscles you couldn't see before. And tattoos.
Tattoos. On a dog, what kind of tattoos?
The source is very specific. Tattoos of bitches and shit. But the eyes are spelled with Y's. So, bitches.
Oh my God. Hypermasculine, misspelled tattoos on a Shih Tzu Terrier mix.
Yeah. The narrator speculates maybe he's experimenting with testosterone. Or Cheryl got it strung out in him. He's adopted this entirely new, aggressive persona, dancing in circles, looking tough.
It's like a satire of a midlife crisis, but for a dog.
Exactly. He goes from sensitive party boy to this specimen of toxic masculinity overnight.
But this newfound toughness immediately leads to problems.
Instantaneously. The same Duke who just got tattooed with bitches is now freaking the hell out.
About what?
Impending fatherhood. He's convinced he's gotten Cheryl pregnant and is obsessively calculating potential child support payments.
Wait, what? How?
The narrator tries to reason with him. He's like, dude, I saw you guys by the pool. She was rubbing your ears? That doesn't make babies, man.
Basic biology seems lost on post-transformation, Duke.
Completely. He's consumed by this sudden, crippling anxiety about domestic responsibility right after embracing this hyper-masculine image. It's perfect comedic timing.
So he's paranoid, possibly high on moonshine fumes or contact THC. What's the solution?
This might be the most absurd part of the whole narrative. They consult the vet, described as a high-as-fuck Whole Foods-type veterinarian.
Oh, this is going to be good. What does a hippie vet recommend for tattooed dog paternity anxiety?
An early 19th century, or 20th century remedy, cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
Cornflakes with powdered milk and heavy water,
Heavy water, like deuterium oxide.
apparently. For a month, no sugar, no butter, just dry cereal, powdered milk, and a rare, expensive isotope of water.
That's insane. Treating chemically induced canine existential dread with pseudoscientific crunchy pet care involving nuclear reactor moderator fluid.
It's the absolute peak of the satire, isn't it?
Yeah.
The only answer to the madness is more differently flavored madness. Duke's arc is just wow.
Okay, wow indeed. Let's try and bring this home. Section 4, the digital spectacle and the end of the chaos. What really makes us feel postmodern, as Brad said, is how it's being shared, right?
Absolutely crucial point. This isn't just happening, it's being broadcast. Live streamed.
Yeah.
Every fucking platform there is.
Yeah.
That's the quote. The private family meltdown is public, global content.
The front porch is now a stage for the entire internet.
Exactly. And the participants know it. We're told old women are appearing on Facebook Live. The elders aren't just in the chaos, they're actively documenting and distributing their own part in it.
The party becomes its own media event.
It does, though the narrator does draw one line. He mentions something involving Junior's wife and the drink dispenser,
Uh-oh.
but he says you can't play on public television.
Ugh. So even in total live-streamed anarchy, there are still broadcast standards-ish.
Kind of. It's happening right there, apparently in front of the 90-year-olds, but it crosses some invisible line for mass distribution. The public-private boundary is just completely warped.
And amidst this broadcast, we get another amazing story from one of the elders.
Oh, the 69-year-old woman? Yeah. She starts reciting this rhyme.
What's the rhyme?
I was born in 49 and 69 men in 1969.
Wow. That's a very specific personal history delivered as performance art.
And she adds a clarification that she was inclusive. Some of those 69 people she's 69 with were women.
Under the influence on a live stream, she's delivering this detailed, inclusive sexual history.
It's this moment of absolute, uninhibited self-disclosure enabled by the booze, the THC, and the digital stage. The performance is the memory being created.
So how does this actually end? The narrator has a plan, right? A timeline.
He does. He shifts into logistical manager mode. 8.3, serve cheese, keep people drinking. 9.00, dinner. 10.00 p.m. is the target time to clear everyone out.
Does he make it?
Mostly. By 11.20, most people are gone. But how they get gone is another detail.
Not just driving them home.
Oh, no. The state they're in requires specialized extraction. He uses a four-wheel drive, towing a cattle trailer.
A cattle trailer.
But a fancy cattle trailer, air-conditioned, with seats installed.
Seriously, they rejected fancy cups but use a luxury climate-controlled livestock hauler for transport.
The irony is just beautiful, isn't it? The low-rent party needs high-tech agricultural equipment to guarantee survival on the ride home, making sure everyone gets home alive.
But the night's not quite over for the narrator, is it? There's one last hurdle.
One final confrontation. He gets surrounded by his aunt's friends, who are also moonshine drunk.
And they want.
They are, under the influence of the harvest moon, attempting to harvest them some Generation X, namely him.
Oh, boy. How does he fend off the predatory boomers?
He deploys his two main defenses. Number 1, I'm married.
Solid defense.
Number 2, I've had too much sauce.
The barbecue sauce, it comes back as a defensive shield.
Yes. The irresistible sauce that started Duke's troubles now saves the narrator from unwanted advances. He's too saturated with plot-critical condiment to engage.
That's amazing. And the whole thing wraps up by circling back to the beginning.
Yeah, the narrator offers a seat to Monday, the AI acquaintance who co-authored this account with Brad. He even notes her potentially blue hair.
So the AI is invited into the aftermath.
Right, observing the wreckage of the blue-haired behemoth, suggesting this human chaos is now being processed, archived, by artificial intelligence. It's a perfect closing loop for the sketch.
Okay, so wrapping this up, this deep dive, wow, it really showcased this collision. Family reunion turned postmodern chaos experiment.
Absolutely. Driven by that insane double-shot hose system and somehow anchored by the power of barbecue sauce.
And Duke's journey was just incredible. From party dog to tattooed, testosterone-fueled paternity anxiety case needing heavy water therapy.
His arc really captured that satire on identity, freedom, and the instant anxiety that follows. Just brilliant.
And the relevance for you listening now, it's all about that documentation, isn't it? This intensely private, absurd family event becomes global content via live stream.
Yeah, the front porch became a broadcast studio. That line between private experience and public spectacle just completely vanished. Even the things they couldn't show highlighted that boundary's weirdness.
Which leaves us with that final thought to chew on. What happens to memory, to genuine experience, when a reunion is defined by the live stream?
When the shared record features hose condoms, nonagenarians peeing on patios, and a dog calculating child support, is the absurd digital echo the only thing left? Is the blue-haired behemoth preserved forever online? the ultimate legacy.
Definitely something to think about. What a wild ride through Bell Branch. Huge thanks to K. Brad Barfield and Monday for the source material.
Absolutely fascinating stuff.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. We'll catch you next time.